I want to say that the answer is freedom. And I want to talk about two forms of freedom with you this afternoon, and why I think if we can explain these two types of freedoms, and there are other freedoms, of course, but I'm going to talk to you about just two of them, then I think that we can make that connection. We can make that marriage between Hispanics and conservatives possible. I know that there's a lot of marriages take place in this room, and so what we're going to do is we want to say there's a marriage between Hispanics and conservatives. There can be a marriage. And I feel really passionate about this, and I think that if we actually go out and make that case on policy, we can win people over. There are going to be other folks who are going to come with you. They're going to come speak after me. We'll talk to us about the mechanics, and we'll talk to us about how do we message specifically. Adriana will talk about communications and media. What I want to do is just lay out a policy framework on this. And what I can say is, go back to what I was saying a second ago about economic opportunity. Paolo mentioned this too. Well, economic opportunity isn't just created out of thin air. Economic opportunity is created when the government starts doing a couple of things. When the government starts rewarding people who can take that initiative to write down their business idea on the back of a napkin, when the government starts rewarding the private sector and helping the private sector grow, that's how we get those jobs. That's how we get the opportunities that a lot of immigrants come to this country looking for. In Mexico, we use the word chamba for jobs. I don't know if you know that word. I'm sure if I asked some of you, you could have a different word for jobs, right? But that's what we're talking about. I think most people who come to this country are looking for opportunity, looking for jobs. And this is where I think conservatives are pushing for those right policies to create those opportunities. We're the ones who are saying we should help the business owner, not add more regulations, more paperwork to the business owner. We'll hear from a business owner today because it's a lot more, I think, personal and a lot more powerful from someone who actually runs a business to tell you this. But even by every economic indicator that's out there and polling that's being done on business owners, they'll tell you the same thing, that right now, we may talk about this being the land of the free when it comes to the private sector and business, but everything you're hearing from Washington is the opposite. You're hearing about more taxes, about more government regulations, and the fact is, all we got to do is to say, well, let's just for a second play devil's advocate and say that those policies could actually help. Well, we step back and we say, well, how are they working? We know the unemployment rate is almost in double digits. We know for Hispanics and Latinos, that's a lot higher. In some states, before this stopped, we're in California. In California, the unemployment rate for Hispanics was well over double digits. For a lot of the young people who are here with us, a lot of the folks who just finished college are going to have a tougher time getting a job because in this economy. And so the policies and the regulations that are happening in Washington and Tallahassee have a direct impact on us. And they have a direct impact on everybody, especially those who are coming here to try to live out the American dream. And as I said before, Miami is that place that a lot of people look to get their start, to live the American dream, to get that job, to provide for their children, to save some money, maybe buy a house, buy a car. And so the policies that are happening right now in Washington are having a direct impact. The president's signature legislative achievement, Obamacare, you know that because of that law, you're hearing from people like business owner, IHOP business owner, that franchise that sells pancakes. Well, because of that, you have managers like him who are saying, instead of me hiring more employees, think about maybe cutting back employees so I don't have to pass that 50 employee threshold to provide health insurance. These are the consequences of the president's actions. And as Pablo said a second ago, unfortunately, Hispanics voted overwhelmingly for President Obama by 70%, 30%. So the question we have to ask ourselves is, why would we support the same policies that drove so many of us to leave our country behind in Latin America and support and create the same conditions here? We know those policies don't work. We know that 90 miles away, those policies are forcing people in the island of Cuba to be hungry. We could take a short 2-hour flight from here and go to Venezuela and know that people are lacking the basic necessities of toilet paper. This is happening. And so why would we support those economic policies that have failed in so many different countries?